Testimony continued today in the most notorious criminal trial in Richland County. Dr. John Boyle is accused of killing his wife Maureen and burying her body.
The 12-year-old son finally took the stand.
Boyle confidently told the jury it was his decision to testify against his father.
I heard a scream. I heard a thud. It was about this loud.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
I decided at an early age that our trauma should not be what defines us. It's what we choose to do with it that does. I'm here to share my unique perspective on true crime, mental health, society, and popular culture, and always with a slight sense of humor. I'm Collier Landry, and welcome to my show.
Mover Nation, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I wanted to show you guys what a little beggar looks like. There she is. There's Marisol. She is doing her little dance for everyone because she sees that I have brought up with me a little bully stick for her, so she can join us. Marisol, you have to come up and say hi though with Daddy. You have to come up and say hi with Daddy. What's going on, Mover Nation? On a Wednesday, live from sunny Santa Monica, California. It's the Collier Landry Show. Why do I call it that? Because it's my name, and it's easy to remember. And I kept changing it for a really long time, and I couldn't settle it. So I just said, I'll just call it my name. That's what it is. Marisol, you look so cute. You're going to come up and say hi really fast to everyone who is here. Welcome to our mods. Thank you so much. Let me, I got two different computers going. I have a new chair. Well, the chair is over there, my chair that I work with. I'm on a stool. And you might ask why I am on the stool. But during last night's live with Dr. Roger, we had some music happening. And I thought it's perfect for a stool. There's Marisol. Say hi, sweetheart. Yes. Oh, you're... Okay, now you can have your bully stick. The bully stick. There you go. Good girl. All right, she's gone. She's gone. Now, I received some news this morning this afternoon, about 20 minutes ago, from Karen Fan, one of our moderators, our wonderful website designer, that there was a bus hijacking here in Los Angeles. I thought we were watching Speed. By the way, trying to figure out if it's a hat on or hat off day. You guys can weigh in the comments. Let me know. Hat off, hat on. I'm growing the hair out, and it's a little funky. I've been encouraged to go with my grays. I'm not happy about this. Third person has weighed in my professional life, said you need to go on grays. It's a pain in the butt getting your hair dyed. Ladies, as you know, I have a lot of current personal care faux pas that have been happening in my life. The first one is I had a date on Friday night. I was very nervous about being ready on time, and I used a Biore pore strip. And if you've ever used the pore strips, I had some blackheads, and normally I would take the remover, and I do that, and I do that. But I was in a hurry, and I used the Biore pore strip, and I let it sit on for, I don't think too long, but I ripped the pore strip off, and it ripped my nose. So I was Rudolph all weekend. It was bleeding. It was a whole thing, and my nose was red. It was funny. I mean, let's keep it real. It was funny that it happened, but the timing couldn't have been worse. Needless to say, I was very self-conscious for quite a while. But today I noticed it's starting to heal. And the girl even said, that's going to take about 6 months to heal. Well, it took 5 days. There you go. 5 days to heal. I got to pop into StreamYard here on the other computer. Welcome, everybody. I want to see who's here, but I got the one computer. I got this up here. There's a lot going on. As you guys know, with the desk, there was a hijacking this morning in Los Angeles, like 12:45 a.m. So it might as well have been last night. Unfortunately, one person was killed. Not a great situation on the metro. For those of you that don't know, that maybe come from the big city, Los Angeles has no decent public transportation, just to keep it real. This is a city where you are relegated to having a car, to owning a car, and it's how you have to get around. We have a subway. We have a train system, and we have a metropolitan transit authority system that is the bus system, and is god-awful. I took it for years, year-ish. I didn't have a car back in 2008, 2009. I would not recommend it. It's not a lot of fun. And there was a bus jacking. So it was like we were watching Speed. I was looking for Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock. How did my date go? She made fun of me for being Rudolph, so it didn't go so well. LA is for car lovers. I don't love cars. I hate being in a car, by the way. I hate being in a car. And yeah, that's why I live by the beach. I ride a bike a lot of places. It's very fun. But okay, so do we weigh in here? There's hat off. There's 40 of you here. Smash the like button, guys, as you're on your way in. Hat on. Or sorry, hat off, hat on. You let me know. I'm trying this out. Yeah. And yeah, I think the nose, yeah, no more Rudolph. And I have no chair. I'm on my swivel stool, which I got recently. And not recently, probably like 6 months ago, for my little keyboard that's over there. And I thought this morning, because we were having musical interludes yesterday, because some of you tuned in to see Dr. Raj, psychologist. We were talking about Diddy in prison and all the things that go along with him. And we kept getting interrupted by the storm, by the hurricane Helene, which is on the East Coast. I hope everybody's okay. I know there's a lot of you from Florida. I see Sarah Holman here. I believe I saw Cat Loves Catskills here, maybe also in the Cat Loves Catskills here. I hope you guys are all, I know Sherry Falls is in Virginia. I know you guys are all getting kind of like the outer bands of the hurricane. I hope everybody's safe. And there's tornadoes happening, storms, thunderstorms, all the fun stuff that I don't miss from being in the Midwest. And today it's been really gloomy and overcast for the last 5 days here in Santa Monica, which does not put me in the best mood. And yes, I know I grew up in the Midwest, but there's a reason why I left the Midwest, because I don't like crappy weather. I like sunshine. I like warm weather, and I know that we're getting into fall and then winter here, and we will have rain upon us in LA in a few months. If not this month, we had it actually this last weekend. It's coming, but I'm not happy about it. I like my sunshine. I tried to do a walk, at least by a bare minimum during the day, get out, do like 7-8 miles or a run. I was on the beach. It was awful. It was gloomy. And then all of a sudden the heavens broke open and the sun shoneth itself. Shoneth, is that a word? Had shown itself. So yeah, that was my roundabout way of saying I don't like crappy weather. Left the coast for 2 days. Oh, so did it spin off and went out into that's what they do, right? They bounce off and they go back out into the Atlantic. Isn't that the thing? Deb Wagner says, I really miss the lightning and thunder. I remember 2 years ago I was in this office because I can see the ocean. Now I can see the ocean actually because it's clear. So now I can actually see. I couldn't see anything out my window. It was all gray, one color for the last 5 days. And I see what was I saying? I can see the ocean, but I remember a couple of years ago there was a really gnarly thunderstorm. And even a couple weeks ago in August, mid-August, there was heat lightning, which is something that we normally don't have a lot of. Heat lightning, and could see that happening. And a friend of mine asked, who grew up here in Southern California, said, what was that? And I said, oh, that's heat lightning. And they said, what is that? And I was like, oh, okay, that's a phenomenon. We know all about the different types of weather and storm systems that come in through when you're from the Midwest, as a lot of you can relate to. As I grew up in Ohio, we know all of that. So if the temp is not in the 70s, says Side Barbie, I am not in my happy place. I hear you. Cat Loves Catskills, thank you so much for the super chat. Now, I have promised something. Dr. Raj told me, I just looked it up, which is why I'm on the stool. So I have this little ukulele. He said you have to tune the ukulele and play something when people buy super stickers. No, I think the tuning. Oh, no, I'm tuning. So I think it's G. That's G sharp. All right, so we're going to tune this. I do not know how to play the ukulele, but I'm sure I can figure it out. I'm pretty musical. You see the guitars behind me. There's G. Okay, so it goes G, C, I believe. All this is in preparation to play for your super sticker. Trust me. C, then it goes. I thought it was tuned in fourths, but it's not. So it's G, C, then it goes to E. E. Hope this is riveting for everyone. E, I can see the people just dropping off. They're like, aren't you going to talk about something interesting? I am going to talk about something interesting. But we have to tune the ukulele first. And so E and then A is where it supposedly goes to. Now we're to G sharp. All right. So I don't know. We're going to try to tune this ukulele. Anyways, I guess I'll just do it without the ukulele. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for the super sticker. We really love you, cat. Hey, hey now. There you go. G, C. Yeah, G, C, E, A. I'll have to figure that out one of these days. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I greatly appreciate it. All right, so yeah, there was a bus hijacking in LA, 12:45. Did we weigh in on the hat, by the way? I should do a poll. Let's see here. Let me go to the actual video because I have to cut back and forth because this is on YouTube. Let's see here. Poll. Is it a hat? Here's the poll. Hat. Yes or no? There we go. We're auditioning the hat. This is what we do. So in the entertainment industry, as a cinematographer, if I'm talking to a director and I'm like, I want to change the lighting, I said, I'm going to go audition this light for you. So I'll turn the light on. And I'll go A, B, A, B. So it means it's on, it's off. It's on, it's off, right? Or I'll put a flag in front of something and they'll be like, okay, it's a way of showing, hey, this is the look that you're going to get, right? So here we go. So we go A, B, A, B. So hat or no hat? We're going to weigh in. Yes on the hat. This is great because my friend, when I told her, I said, I'm going to grow the hair out and let the grays come in. She's like, you can always wear a hat. And I said, I don't really like wearing hats, but I've got the all black, which matches the black, which is the very Succession look. If you guys watch Succession, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's on HBO. It's very, very cool. I highly recommend it. Did anyone watch Chaos, by the way? We Are Mover Nation, says Holly Harris. Holly Harris is like, what is this? I finally caught a love. Heidi, what do we call her? You call yourself Mover Nation. Mover Nation. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And we have added now a little bit of musical numbers. So yesterday, Dr. Rogers on, we're talking about P. Diddy, and he starts he cuts in and out. So we started doing super singers for songs. It was like a live karaoke sort of situation. So I got some of the songs right, some of the songs wrong. I mean, when you're coming up with it live on improv, it's a little tough. But and this is not The Voice, so but I did go to school for music. So, anyways, great to see everyone. So there was this bus hijacking, which is really weird because it reminded me of Speed, which was a very popular movie when I was growing up. I think I was in early high school years when it came out, something like that. Was it 1994 or something like that? 95, 93, or 94? I don't know. Speed, Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock. Way back in the day, but pretty cool. So there was a bus hijacking. Unfortunately, one person lost their life. The bus driver was driving around with an armed gentleman pointing a firearm at him for a good hour and a half, they said. I'm going to pull up the article in a second. We'll discuss. And we have more Diddy stuff going on because a friend of mine alerted me that there's a lot of stuff going around on Twitter, which doesn't surprise me, or X as they call it. Marisol, let's see what you're doing. So she's got her bully stick. She seems to be pretty happy. Yep. Marisol's happy. Marisol. You know we're talking about you, don't you? You know we're talking about you. Anyways, cutie as always, my little angel, mighty soul. She can do no wrong, even though she does a lot of wrong. Bus hijacking in Los Angeles. Karen fan messaged me. Did you see there's a bus hijacking? I was like, no, I did not, but it was happening while I was asleep. So unfortunately, one individual lost their lives and another individual, but the heroic individual who's driving the bus saved a lot of people. So, and they have this thing I hear the police helicopters outside. They have this thing where they have an emergency call and they can hit a button and it puts out on the side of the bus and on the front of the bus, emergency call 911. So while the bus is driving, you know that something's going on in there. And I've seen that before and called 911, obviously, years ago, a long time ago. But they're able to do that and able to signal. I'm sure it's got to be here on YouTube. I know it was on CBS. Let's see here. Bus hijacking. Oh, first 48 detective, psychologist, and former inmate discuss the madness live on Surviving the Survivor. More Diddy. Bad boy for life. Which people are probably over there, I'm sure. Okay. Bus hijacking. Yeah, bus hijacked in Los Angeles. There we go. Nope, that's not what there it is. Come on. Yeah, so this is apparently what was going on. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that, Karen fan. Thank you so much for the text message. Well, we're going to go ahead and share it right here. I got the link. Here come the, nope, not extra camera. Nope, don't need that. Here we go. Present, share screen. Yep, there we go. All right, we'll check this out. This was live. This was not in my neighborhood, thank God. But yeah.
We begin with breaking news. One person has died after a suspect hijacked a Metro bus at gunpoint overnight. Police pursued the bus for about an hour before it came to a stop in downtown Los Angeles.
But the terrifying situation did not end there.
So see how it says emergency?
On board hostage. He was eventually taken into custody.
Let's see if yeah, so you can see it kind of on the side here. I'll turn that off for a second. Let's see if it show on the front of the bus on the side. So yeah, here, see how it says emergency? I'll have to make it bigger on the screen. But that's what they do. It's actually kind of cool. I mean, it's terrible if this happens, by the way. Let's keep that real. But they're able to signal that something's going on inside the bus so you don't even know, you know, and whoever is in there who's threatening the driver isn't aware that they've signaled the rest of the. So he says, call police, emergency. I mean, that, you know, makes you feel really good about riding the Metro.
Custody.
Everyone else on board of that bus was rescued. However, once again, one person was killed. KTLA5's Eric Spillman live now from downtown with the latest details. Eric, good morning.
Good morning. Dramatic and terrifying situation here involving a man with a gun who held a bus driver, a Metro bus driver, at gunpoint and went on a police pursuit. Let me show you where the bus is now. It's parked down.
I would agree that the bus would be the worst thing to possibly hijack, because where are you going to go?
Its lights still
much
flashing.
Like an airplane.
The SWAT team had to rescue the driver.
At least not like in
two passengers, but
a
one
major
person,
metropolitan city,
also
like
believed to be a passenger, was shot and eventually died at a hospital. Now the Metro bus still here at the corner of Alameda and 6th Street. You can see it. Let's talk about how this all started. It was around 12:45 a.m. when the LAPD began chasing this Metro bus. This began at the corner of Manchester and Figueroa. The driver was somehow able to let authorities know that there was some kind of emergency on board the bus. He activated a panic button to let authorities know there was an armed man on the bus who was holding the driver at gunpoint. There were also at least 3 other people on board, presumably passengers. The chase lasted for about an hour on surface streets, went on for like 10 miles with many, many officers and patrol cars pursuing it. Officers at one point, or actually at several points, threw down spike strips to try and slow down the bus. Eventually, they got it to stop here at 6 in Alameda. At that point, they called in LAPD SWAT, and the SWAT team used a flashbang device to get the driver out safely.
Yeah, this is wild. Watch this. This is crazy.
The driver was able to climb out through the side window of the bus. He is unhurt, but very, very shaken up about what he experienced.
Yeah,
Two passengers were also rescued and are safe. They were not seriously hurt, but another person on board the bus, believed to be a passenger, was shot and taken to a hospital where he died, presumably shot by this suspect, this armed man with a gun. Police believe this victim was shot on board the bus at the beginning of the pursuit. They're not sure exactly why. The gunman eventually surrendered without incident. He is in custody. He is under arrest, presumably now to be booked for murder here. As for the bus driver, the deputy chief here describes him as a hero. He drove for miles with a gun to his head, with police chasing the bus.
This operator
so wild
operate the bus in as safe a manner as he could under the circumstances, with the police trailing him for an hour before the spike strips finally took effect. So I think the world of the operator and this individual and bus operators in general for the job that they have to do.
Back here live showing you the scene, still many investigators here, many officers. And of course, the one big question we have, as well as officers here on the scene and detectives are trying to figure out, is what motivated this crime? Why did this man with a gun take the bus driver hostage? Why did he hijack the bus? And why did he shoot this other person on board the bus, resulting in that man's death? They're working to try and get those answers. We'll send it back to you.
There you have it. All right. Where's it? Hold on. Where's the? Oh, come on. Where's the video? Is this the video? Okay, there's the video. Joe Rogan talking. Oh, okay. Suge Knight. All right. So there's more Diddy news, but before we get to this, see, I brought. Oh no, that might not be good. We have. Let's see if I can do this easily. Oh no. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker. Tina Laughlin, yeah. All right, slightly out of tune. There we go. We'll make that better. Make that better next time. Tina Laughlin, thank you so much for the super sticker. Mighty Soul is very grateful for that too. Thank you for the super sticker. Yeah. Or super chat or whatever we call it, because I can't tell, because I do the show from Streamyard. Let's see what Suge Knight has to say. So this is one of the things that's like going all around Twitter. There are so many crazy, wild accusations. I talked to a friend of mine. The fallout of this whole Diddy thing is going to be so dramatic. And now there's talks about him, and Suge Knight has alleged that he was an FBI informant, and that was what was happening. And that he was an informant, and that's why he was not arrested sooner, because he was informing the FBI and blackmailing people for the FBI. This is what's I'm not alleging this. This is what Suge Knight has said from his podcast from prison. Suge Knight also not a model citizen, just to be very clear. Murderer, not a good guy. Not a good person, but does a podcast from his prison cell. And again, you have money. You can do a lot of things. You can accomplish a lot of things in prison. I've talked about this on the channel before. You know, I have a lot of experience as a free person with the incarceration system here in the United States, because my father is incarcerated. I have filmed inside prisons. I have done a lot of work inside the prison with other inmates. It is a thing. And if you have the finances to do it, you can lead quite a life. So Suge Knight obviously can have quite a podcast from behind bars and profit from it too, which is bizarre to me, but this is the world we live in. So he alleges that he was an FBI informant, and he has been covertly flying under the radar to work for the FBI to sort of help them blackmail different individuals. And this is all this is all conjecture. This is all tabloid conjecture. I'm not saying any of this is true or not, because I have no idea. This is what Suge Knight alleges on his podcast. I think this is what we're going to play right now. We'll see if this is what this is. Let's check it out.
For people who have done a little bit of homework and know who you are, why should they believe you about what you think and feel about Sean Diddy Combs and any allegations against him, given your history of animosity with him?
Good point. That's fair.
Well, first of all, I'm not calling you and nobody else getting nobody to believe anything regarding him. Like I said, and I always say, me personally, I don't jump up and down and cheer for no black man going to prison or any other man, any other human being going to prison. Because people think prison is always the answer. I'm not saying a lot of people don't deserve to do their time and see what's going on. But at the same time, that's not no cheerful thing, because when you look at it, that man have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever affects him definitely affects his kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's a lot of victims involved in it, and whatever affects them affects their kids. So it's not a good thing to be talking about any shit about the next person. But
okay, I'm just gonna interrupt here. I'm gonna add a little bit of voice of reason to this conversation. Let us not pretend that he is not a man of means, that Diddy is not a man of means, and that we are dealing with some poor African-American man, black man, who has been victimized by the system. Because I've seen those people in prison. I have been in the prison visitation rooms, where I have seen, when I've been there with my father, where I have seen heartbreaking scenarios play out in front of me, where young children, whether they be from any sort of minority, whether they be from poverty, and they're visiting their father who might be white, or their father who's black or Hispanic, in these prisons, and you see the children, you see them, and the fact that they can't hug their father, right? The mother can't embrace him because there's rules in visitation rooms, right? It's not like they all have conjugal visits and it's a big happy time. I mean, obviously the inmate is happy to see their family. The family is happy to see the inmate, but there is a definitive separation. And also there's a time clock. Some of the inmates are only allowed certain amounts of visitation depending on the levels of security that they're at. So if they're a certain security level or threat level in the prison, and it's usually determined by the colors that they wear, right? So if they wear orange or beige or gray or blue, there's different color designated, green, different color designations, yellow, that determine what security level they are. And that means that it also coincides with how much visitation time they get. So they might only get, even though the people might arrive at 8 o'clock in the morning, and usually the visitations are from 8. The visitation room is open from 8 to 4 usually, so it's about 8 hours depending on what prison it is. You are allowed to have that time, but if you are on a certain security level, you're only, even though it's open till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you might only get an hour. So these families will drive from all over the state to join and see their loved one, and then they don't get the time in the visitation, whether it's or it's also, I remember driving to see my father, and it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and if they were in locked down for count, right? So if they're in count, they have to be in their cell so they can be counted before they can be released for visitation. So you might come in before count, but if they don't pull the inmate out before count occurs, you got to wait till after count, which could take 2 hours. So a lot of these families travel and they're there for hours waiting to see their loved one. Then they get to see them for half an hour. That's what's heartbreaking. You know what I mean? That I just, and you see the kids cry, and you know, whatever the inmate has done, you can see the child, wanting to have their father. And it guts you. It really does. I don't feel the same way for Sean Diddy Combs. He's got older children, and he's involved some of these children in these crimes allegedly. Come on. No, I don't feel sorry for him. Let's not take up the Suge Knight. Let's not take up the cause as if to try to compare P. Diddy's situation with the plight of other black men who are incarcerated in this country, or other men who are incarcerated in this country. Period. Not the same thing. Not the same story at all. Not that, it's not, not that it's, you can't have a little empathy for people, but let's keep it real. I want to go to some of your comments first before we go back to this. Casey Lee says, people still there for a small, yeah, absolutely. People who are incarcerated, in a lot of people. Donna Barry, he is just trying to get out himself for sure. For sure. My brother was in prison for 13 years for pot, now legal here, and raised his son. It was horrible. We kept a relationship with him for his son, but Lord, yeah, I'm sure. A lot of people incarcerated in California for drug possession, things like that occurred many, many years ago, and now marijuana is legal. It's ridiculous, and they're still incarcerated. I had a lot of friends who are advocates on that. It isn't what did Diddy do? It's what Diddy didn't do. Yeah, I would say I agree with that, Black Eagle. I would say I agree with that. All right, so let's get back to this interview with Suge Knight. Let's see what he has to say.
It's not a gray area with me. And at the same time, Puffy didn't react or get where he got or doing those things or those allegations by himself. He was taught from people before him, and he did it to the younger people after him. And we can talk all day and say what's true and what's not true. Only true part about it is videos, conversations, and people can see what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
But for it being happy and proud and say, what do people think? That's irrelevant.
So, Suge.
It's just like I heard earlier today when Ray J was talking to TMZ.
Mm-hmm.
I got love for Harvey, but I see Charles always got something negative to say when it comes to West Coast people. And Charles tried to make a reference to say that, how do I feel when I'm in prison? Yeah, I'm in prison. I guarantee you I'm free more than Charles. If I feel like sleeping to 5 o'clock, I want to sleep 12 hours a day, I can.
Sure.
But besides all that, the fact is, it's not no competition who's going to talk the loudest or talk the best. It's not something positive that can help anybody. I don't get on no platform unless it be something positive. If it ain't positive.
I understand what you're saying. I want you to try to make some positive points here. I get what you're saying about TMZ, but that's not really my interest, as you might imagine. My interest is in what you can help people understand about these allegations that Diddy is facing and what you believe he's facing on the inside. Now, what's most interesting to me is that you seem to see Diddy as kind of an Epstein kind of figure, that Jeffrey Epstein, that a lot of people know what Diddy was about, and they were about the same thing, and that's why they're quiet. That's why J-Lo and Ben Affleck got divorced, because of videos that he has of her that now they know about. Where is this coming from with you? What do you believe about the people around Diddy and what everybody knows?
Well, first of all, you got to start with at the top. If you're starting with the top, Clyde Davis, Russell Simmons, Andre Harrell.
Yeah, Andre Harrell.
Jimmy Iovine. And even if you take Jimmy Iovine, he had an allegation from him, same thing, it went away. You take Jimmy Iovine. They told me at Universal and Interscope, they said, you know what? We can't deal with artists that gets in trouble. And your artist gets in trouble, they talk crazy.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Keep going, Suge.
They speak about what they see. Now, I was told that I can't do business there because of that. Now, Doug Morris gave Puffy a deal for millions of dollars. It flopped. So when you look at all these things and everybody want to say Puffy, 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 don't get me wrong. Yeah, Puffy stepped in this shit, and even if he wiped the shit off his shoe, it still stinks. But he's not the only one. They got all the tapes.
Now, when you talk about the tapes,
but this been going on for a long time.
Hold on, Suge. Help us understand, because a lot of this stuff is a little inside baseball for people, right? Because they don't live the life, they don't know the world, they don't know the players.
Telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
That's just the recording from the prison. That's just saying that they record it, which obviously they do. Suge, help people understand, what tapes are you talking about? Who has them? And what kinds of things do you think they show?
Well, number one, luckily, I wasn't their first choice, their second choice. I wasn't no choice to be at those freaky parties. But you know what they show. They used to have a thing in the industry, right? And the sad thing about it, I don't like mentioning Usher. I don't like mentioning Justin Bieber. I don't like mentioning all these people that everybody know what time it is. So at the same time, they used to have a joke. They never played this joke with me. And they used to walk in the Interscope office. They'd go back there and they'd be like, hey, we passed the test. I said, we haven't did the test. One dude said, well, don't say that in front of Mr. Knight because he's going to take it offensive and hurt somebody. I said, well, whatever it is, I probably will take it offensive when somebody will get their ass whooped. You know, that was me in those days. But they used to have these guys, they used to call it the boiled egg test. They used to take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg, they have those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it up their ass. The eggs break, they say they're not ready yet. They ain't put enough work in. This is Hollywood. So everybody want to go act like they don't know what's going on.
Hold on a second. Suge.
You just look. All you got to do is
I have never heard of anything like that. So if I haven't heard about it, just assume a lot of people haven't heard that before. But you think it's on video?
Let's stop for a second.
Go ahead, Suge.
Yeah, listen, and also, have you ever been to any Puffy parties?
No.
You sure they had a long time to think about it. But if you haven't been in those butt naked parties, even some of the preachers been in those parties, and they wasn't on their knees praying for God. See, they was praying for somebody to have come real quick or something. But I wasn't there, but there's proof of it. But at the same time, everybody want to look around and act like something going on that wasn't right. It's the facts of life in the industry. Not for the people who don't get in. So, everybody, you got to look at it like this. When you see a beautiful woman or you see a handsome man, and it was like that all their life. From elementary school to junior high school to high school, if they forced to go to college, right? They always knew they had something special about themselves. If you take some of the Hollywood executives or some artists, they might have been the ugly duckling for a long time before they had the teeth fix and lipsticks and nose fix, all the work done. Underneath, they still the young man with no confidence because they've been that way all their fucking life. So all of a sudden, if you look at Puffy old pictures, don't look nothing like his new pictures. You know, shit, they didn't do everything.
But Suge, just because he has plastic surgery, all I'm saying is, I'm not saying that you're wrong about rich people doing stuff to their face or whatever it is, but that's different than the allegations that are coming down on him.
About rich people. I'm talking about the difference. I'm talking about, okay, look at it like this. I look at real plain and simple. Ain't no whistleblower. Facts is there. But right now, I don't care if it's T.I., I don't care if it's Rick Ross, I don't care if it's Jay, I don't care if it's Snoop, I don't care if it's Game, I don't care if it's Dre. Nobody's stepping up on the fact that you know what's going on.
Nobody's defending him. You're right.
Guys at Interscope.
You're right.
Okay.
Nobody is defending him, but that's why I was interested in hearing your perspective.
There you have it. That is Suge Knight weighing in on Diddy incarcerated. Wow. Marisol, hi. You want to show everybody your treat? What do you guys think? Welcome, Zach. Thank you so much. Welcome, Michelle O'Hare, Nancy Adler. Yeah, Cuomo is an interesting character for sure. Hopefully News Nation doesn't ding me for a copyright issue. Sometimes that happens. Marisol. Marisol. Say hi. There you go. Pose for the camera. Good girl. Good girl. What do you guys think? We're going to end our... So what do we think of the hat? We have 25... What do we have? 25% of you said no, 75 or 73. All right. 73 said 67 votes. 73 say yes. 27 says no. All right. Thank you for weighing in. The yeses have it. I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll. 67 of you voted. Hat, yes, no. All right. Please, guys, hit the like button for me, if you mind. If you're just joining, thank you so much. Mover Nation, Sherry Falls says, oy vey, oy vey. Well, hey, Shelly Film, thank you so, sorry, Shelly Film. Shelly Flynn, thank you so much for joining the channel. By the way, guys, for those of you joining the channel, so this Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday, September 29th, live Mover Nation meet and greet. 3 p.m. Eastern. It is in 3. Okay, I did that. 3 p.m. Eastern Time. If you guys join the channel, it is open to all channel members. And you guys can join. We do a live members only meet and greet. We all get to talk. We all hang out. It's live on Google Meet. The link should already be in the members section. If it's not, I need to update that. It is also open to all our Patreon members, everyone at all levels of the membership here on YouTube or Patreon. You guys get access. We do the live meet and greets. It's really fun. It's really cool. I like it. It's always a great time. I get to meet all of you. We get to look at each other face to face over the camera. It's great. It's great. Katie Kool-Aid is live saying, let's get a petty in a hurricane. Is she getting a pedicure? Is that what this is? That's funny. Tina, thank you so much for joining us today. Great to see you. Have a great night. Thank you so much for the super sticker. So membership, we have Michelle O'Hare, new member. Michelle O'Hare, welcome to the membership. Moving Nation welcomes you. Shelly Flynn, welcome to Moving Nation. Moving Nation welcomes you. Yeah. We are trying to do a little more of a musical interlude on this show. My voice is a little hoarse today. I do not know why. It is a beautiful day outside in Santa Monica. I am so grateful. It has been shit weather for the last, as I said, 5 days. All overcast, gray, gloomy, gross. And now it's just beautiful. I'm so grateful. And it's supposed to be beautiful all weekend. It's supposed to get up in the 80s. For those of you who don't know, I love warm weather. I do not like cold weather. Even though, it is nice to dress in colder weather. Y'all have to. Oh, look at this. Michelle, not a new member here. Forgot to update payment info. Love y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super sticker. You can sing and you can leave. Yeah, and you can leave your hat on. Says Karen Fan. Texted me, said you can sing. You can leave your hat on. Wonderful. Thanks. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Yeah. Thank you. Or the super chat. I guess it must be super chat. I don't see it in my little interface. That's why I have to go to the actual YouTube that's open. I'll do the little heart. Make sure I do all the hearts for everything. It always pops up like put user in time. No, I don't want to put user in timeout. I want to. It does it on Instagram too. Marisol is adorable. All the little super chats and super stickers get. Hey, you made him sing. So Thank you so much. I love warm weather too. Going to chase the northern lights. I want to go do that, mystery singer. I want to go chase the northern lights. I was just talking about that with a friend of mine. We were supposed to see a little bit of them here in Los Angeles, right? I know you're in Los Angeles. We were supposed to see a little bit of that I think they teased us. They're like, oh, we're going to get a little glimpse of the northern lights here. I don't know why. I think we're too low in the hemisphere, but that was a couple months ago. But I've something I've always wanted to see, a phenomena that I've always wanted to see. So that's going to be fantastic. And Alaska is supposedly very beautiful. It's one of the only states I haven't been to. I don't know why I keep adjusting this microphone as if you all can't hear me. You all can hear me just fine. It's because I don't have my little boom arm. I'm also going droning tonight again. I've been trying to capture this one image of this downtown Century City. We're trying to capture downtown Century City for a minute now, and every time I go there, it's been overcast. It's just, so today I think we're gonna have clear skies. We're gonna be able to get the images that we want for a client that I have. I did add some stuff into our. If you're not a Facebook member, or if you're a Facebook member, if you're a Facebook member, please join our Facebook group. I think there's a key command here for it. Maybe I'm going to put in FB group. We'll see if that does anything. Does that activate? I know I have a list of these. Hey, it is. Please come join our Mover Nation Call Your Landry show Facebook group. Sherry Falls is running it. She's doing an amazing job. We've been posting stuff in there, posting more content. I have also just added a bunch of stuff that's going to be uploaded onto the Patreon. Also, episodes of the Survivor Squad are going to be coming down offline on this Friday. It looks like we're going to take down the podcast officially. Tara and I are going to do a live and talk about it on Friday on Instagram, but we are going to put those behind a paywall. So if you've been listening to the Survivor Squad, listen to all the episodes now before they come down. We're gonna take the podcast down officially offline, close the podcast, and put it behind a paywall on our Patreons and on the Survivor Squad Patreon. I can't figure out which one yet, but we're gonna do that soon, and that'll be this Friday. So Saturday, by the weekend, it'll be gone. So know that. So you can join the Patreon. I'll have all those episodes there. Bunch of bonus content. I also have all of my father's letters from prison now have been, for the most part, have been loaded to share with you guys. So I'm very excited about that. Those are also going to be on the Patreon as well. So there's going to be a lot of really good stuff happening on not only in the member section here on YouTube, but also on the Patreon. Because I'll put them here on YouTube if I can. I live in Cottleville, Missouri. Is that where you live? I did not know that, Karen Fan. Now I do. Cynthia Ann, thanks so much for being here. How are you? I'm glad you are enjoying the Facebook group. Yeah. I don't know how many, Sherry Falls, how many members do we have on the Facebook group right now? You'll have to let us know because I don't know. I got no clue. All I know is I know nothing. And I hope y'all enjoyed yesterday's live with Dr. Raj. I'm sorry that it was so disjointed, but we had the hurricane working against us. We were trying to get Dr. Raj couldn't stay online. What can I say? All right. So occasionally the hurricanes, Shelly Flynn says, occasionally the hurricanes have tornado spinoffs. We get flooding, hurricane force winds, storm surge, and possible tornadoes. Fun times here in Tallahassee. So you're in Tallahassee? Is that what you mean by tally? 128. We have 128 members on the Facebook group. Yeah, I need to post more of that on. I have 18,000 followers on Facebook. Let's get at least half of them on the Facebook group, and then we can have a good old time over there. I try to be active on Facebook, and now that we've got the group, I'm more active. So it's been great. I was locked out of my Facebook account for the longest time. Now I'm back in. That's why we were able to start the group. It was very awesome. Oh boy. New episode of Mad Rush Podcast, which is the podcast I produce for Trisha Addicts, which is the original sorority rush consultant. We have a new episode that came out today. Check it out wherever you get your podcast from as well. I have some guest updates for the show tomorrow, I believe tomorrow, I'm going to check my email, which I will probably post shortly after. I'm going to be speaking to a gentleman who is an investigative journalist in Las Vegas who talks about who wrote a book about trafficking in Las Vegas. And let me see if he is. So his name is Brian Joseph, and he is going to offer some commentary of his journal of his experience dealing with Sean Diddy Combs and sex trafficking in Las Vegas. His book called Vegas Concierge: Sex Trafficking, Hip Hop, and Corruption in America. He is an articulate expert source. Joseph has conducted extensive research into sex trafficking in America, including while serving as an investigative journalist at the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Vegas Concierge is the culmination of that work and exposes how the entertainment industry has helped mainstream sex trafficking crimes, including pimping. The Diddy Combs indictment is a well-needed wake-up call about this and other dark realities of sex trafficking in America, he says, and the realities include prostitution, pimps, and sex traffickers, and music icons who wield harmful influence as pimps, in addition to Diddy, hip-hopper Jamal Rashid, a.k.a. Molly Mall, was sent to prison following a lengthy sex trafficking investigation. More than a wake-up call, Joseph says the indictment is also a great victory for victims who often fall into prostitution in the wake of profound personal trauma, such as abuse and vulnerability that pimps exploit. And it is a welcome step toward healing and bringing help, raising awareness, and bringing sex trafficking to an end here in the United States. So hopefully he's going to join the program tomorrow. I'm waiting for his publicist to get back to me. But he wrote a book, as I said, called Vegas Concierge: Sex Trafficking, Hip Hop, and Corruption in America. So hopefully he will do it. He will be on the show tomorrow, which will be super, super great if they get back to me. Always trying to get some different perspectives into this whole Diddy situation, because it's man, it is wild. Down the rabbit hole it goes. I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'm about ready to go down the rabbit hole on X myself, because many people are just are commenting and alleging a lot of conspiracy theories, which, there's even yesterday as our people in as Roger Rhodes mentioned, LeBron James was also at some of those parties, and there's a lot of people that have been implicated in all of this. So it's going to be interesting to see how much of these dominoes fall, because it's just it's absolutely just wild to me. Anyways, all right, Mover Nation, we're gonna cut this one short. We're not gonna go the full hour. I gotta walk Marisol. I gotta get ready to get out of here. I love all of you. Thank you so much for everyone who's being here. It's so great to see everyone. I will be back tomorrow. Of course, probably live around 3, but not sure exactly. We're doing lives all week. New content coming out on the channel as well. I'm so excited. Soft White Underbelly episode coming out this weekend, and also the live Mover Nation only live meet and greet as well. So much new stuff coming as we enter fall. Well, we've officially arrived in fall, even though it doesn't feel like it because it's nice and bright and sunny outside. We're going to be having a lot more content on this channel. I thank all of you for being here. I love all of you. And Mover Nation, as I always like to say, please remember, be kind to one another. Know that we can all sit here, we can laugh, we can joke, we can watch these true crime stories. But as we begin to, dive into them, remember that we can take a break. We can devote our lives to our families and our friends, and realize that we have the luxury of stepping out of this where others do not. So don't take that for granted. As I said, always, please be kind to one another, love one another. And here's the outro. Mover Nation, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to all my channel members and Patreon supporters. And for more exclusive content, behind the scenes videos, monthly VIP meet and greets, and watch parties, please consider supporting me on Patreon or by becoming a YouTube channel member. If you like this video, check out this one right here or this one right here. And don't forget to like and subscribe because it helps with the algorithm. On that note, I'm Collier Landry. I'll see you on the next one. Good girl, Marisol. Good girl.